Hi, welcome to another episode of What the Heck is This with Dave and Danielle. I'm Dave.
I'm Danielle.
We are
Dave and Danielle.
So what we do is we go around the shop and we go to flea markets and auctions and we try to find weird and unique and obscure things or things that people aren't sure what they are or they think that it's something else. We each grab two for this video. We'll just make nice short little videos. And I'll start. Danielle, I pulled this out of the shop the other day. I think I know what it is, but I might be wrong. Tell us what this is.
This is a very plain and simple Victorian shoe button hook. And a lot of them were more elaborate and more decorative, but this one I'll try to get a good view of it down here. Is very, very plain. And basically, Victorian ladies' boots have lots of buttons on them. Not just like the normal like 3 little buttons. They'll have like 15, sometimes 30 buttons on one boot, which is a pain in the butt to button with your fingers to go through. So there'd be a flap of fabric on one side of the boot, and then the row of buttons on the other side, and you'd have to line them up. And then this little thing would go through the holes, grab the button, and pull them back through, thus buttoning the shoe.
Why wouldn't it just break the button off of the boot or shoe?
So the buttons were not like normal buttons that we have now where it's just like a flat disc sewn on by thread. They have like a little steel post in the back of them. Oh. And that's what the hook would grab onto. Okay. So it would grab it so that you wouldn't have to do it with your fingers.
And I've seen some of these that are very ornate. They could be like mother of pearl. It could be silver and hammered and stuff like that.
Yeah, a fancy lady is going to want fancy tools.
Okay.
All right. I'm going to present you with this item. A little bit larger.
Danielle, what you got here is a Sargent & Company number 10. I will tell you this, folks. You will see this mislabeled in every antique store you go. This is not a nutcracker. Write that down. Not a nutcracker. What it is, and the shape of the teeth, that wedge shape there, gives it away. It is actually a cork compressor.
Let me see if I can get a little closer.
You put the cork in there and then you compress it just enough to misshapen it to stick it into your apothecary bottle or an old spirits bottle. This is probably Sargent Company number 10. I would say the late 1800s, early 1900s.
It's interesting to me, it doesn't look like it would do much. Like it doesn't close a ton.
All it has to do is just wedge that tip of that cork enough to get it to start in the bottle, and you can push it the rest of the way in.
And then corks expand, right?
And
so
it goes back,
fit back in.
That is correct. Danielle, I got something else very interesting. I see these all the time.
I'm excited about this, and I saw it sitting over there.
And I know you're an artist, and I just, for the life of me, I think obviously it has something to do with paint, so I don't know if it's like stenciling a wall or something like that. It does have a date on it, maybe 1906 or something like that.
December 1906.
Yeah, so it's a nice one. Tell us what's going on here.
Okay, so I didn't know about these until a few months ago. This is a tool used to create a faux wood grain. I recently worked with a paint company that sells new versions of these. So this is it's a tool that has not changed at all. They look almost exactly the same. They're just not made of wood anymore. And the tool operates by being dragged and rocked across the surface. So different parts of the grooves will tear off.
It's dragging the grain.
Yeah, it'll pull off part of that top layer, exposing that other layer of product.
Interesting.
The only thing I don't know about this, and maybe somebody can enlighten me, is what these little bits back here would be for.
Well, maybe you need to try it and see what it does.
Yeah, I think I need to play with it, because that's the one thing that, like, the modern version of these, it doesn't have this textured part right along the back here.
Interesting.
It's a fun little tool. I was excited when I saw that you brought this one. And then the last thing I have for you today
what is that?
is a rusty fella.
You got steel here with a metal strap.
I assume it goes on some sort of shoe.
It does. So this is actually, if you can see this, it's a pretty cool piece. It's actually a motorcycle boot skid plate. So when the motorcycle races happen, you always see the guy with one leg out where they're going around the corner and he's holding it. In fact, if you look at the bottom of this, you can see some really good rivets here, but this whole side is all worn down. It's like it's been grinding down because that's the side that he's been grinding. So this would go on the bottom of a motorcyclist who's in a race of their boot, and this would keep their boot from catching on fire. And if you look at some old videos of those races, you'll always see the sparks fly off of their feet, and that's caused by this. So it's a that's a good piece. I don't know where you got that. These are very rare.
Here's my question: is it functional or is it for show? Because
It's
you
not.
said it creates the
It's
sparks.
a great question. It's clearly functional.
Okay.
But you're right. It creates a really good show. Look how thick it is. It's extra thick right here where the actual skidding is happening. Really worn down right here. That's a cool little piece. I don't see too many of these. Motorcycle skid plate, boot skid plate. So that's the 4 items we have today. We will see you on our next shot. I'm going to try to find something a little more complicated for you next time.
Yeah, stump me.
I will try to stump you.
I hope you learned something, or I hope you can teach us something.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. Everyone's good seeing you.